And it comes down to this. After a brutal regular season schedule, all these teams have poured into it, and now one final showdown, Kirk. And one of these teams walks off this field tonight as conference champions.
Well, if you talk to these coaches, and especially the players, Chris, you get the sense that this game means a lot. Opportunity to become conference champs, and also you win this game, who knows how it can impact you at that next step into the postseason. So let's see who the better team is and who's going to become the conference champ.
And this crowd coming to life here, trying to help the defense get a stop with the offense pinned back. Takes the handoff again. Going absolutely nowhere. It'll be a loss of the play. It's third down, opening drive of this conference championship game. Throwing off play action. Taking a shot deep down the right side. Oh, the pass is picked off. Tackle made after a short return, but the pick ends that threat.
Chris, you have all week to kind of find the matchups that you want. They clearly wanted to go after this defensive back. They looked at it, first drive of the game. They make the throw. It's just a poor decision. By this quarterback.
So the offense with the 1st and 10 now. The football placed exactly at midfield. They'll run it to the right side. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there. Rough start to the drive. They lose 4. Makes it now 2nd down and 14. Scanning the field, it's Hoover. He's wide open, look out! They make the stop at the 34, but suddenly this offense is in scoring position now. 1st down. Caught behind the line, it's Hayes. 0 running room, stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Now it's 2nd down here. And they'll give it to the back. But they tackle him after just a 2-yard gain, so it sets up a 3rd and 8. They come to the line, a long way to go for the 1st down, but needing this crucial conversion right now. Catch made on the right side, that's a big gain. Oh, and he heads out of bounds after a really nice gain there. And the Trojans hustle to the line to run the hurry-up. Here's the handoff. Ball carrier brought down at the 4. Offense in great scoring position here. So here comes 2nd down now. Every play important down here in the red zone. Caught quickly on the left side. Touchdown, Southern Cal. Strong game by this quarterback. Here's the point after attempt. And it's 7-0 after the PAT. Kickoff team out there. They are fired up after just scoring a touchdown. So it'll be a touchback. Ball spotted at the 25. And the Ohio State offense comes back onto the field. This drive is important. Last one ended in an interception. Let's see if they can get it going here. Dropping back, it's Sayin. Catch is made behind the line of scrimmage. Defense surrounds him. Just a short gain on that completion. 2nd down after that completion. Takes the handoff. It's Rodgers. And he will be stuffed for no gain. So ball at the 30. This is a manageable third down play for the offense. Wants to throw it. Defense is coming after him. He's hit just before the throw. The Buckeyes will line up to kick it away. That's the first punt of the afternoon for this offense. And the returner brought down by the coverage team. Offense out for the first play of the drive, beginning at the 22. On 1st and 10, looking to throw. And he finds his tight end for the catch. Tackle made after a nice pickup on the play. The game moves the ball to the 39. It'll be first down.
Now, there's no time to sit there and talk to each other as a defense. You give up a big gain for a first down, and already you got to get lined up because here comes the ball again.
They mix it up with a run. Tackle behind the line. It's a loss of 2. Offense now behind the 6 on 2nd down. They need 12 after that first down loss. Quarterback looking to throw it on 2nd down. Pulls it in. It's Jordan. He's brought down quickly. A short gain gets them a few yards closer to the marker. And he'll drop back here on 3rd down. Can't hold on. Good defensive play. Brings up a 4th down. And the Trojans will send the punt team onto the field. Kicks it a little too far. Bounces into the end zone for a touchback. Drive starts to the 25. And it's USC in front, Kirk, as we break for the quarter. Let's check out the stats now through the opening period. Plenty of time for some plot twists here as we begin the second quarter. Back at it to start the quarter. Offense getting set to run a first down play. And it's incomplete. The defender arrived the same time as the football. And now it's 2nd down. After the incompletion, 2nd and 10. What can they do here to make it 3rd and manageable? A play action, looking to throw. Quick throw, testing the middle. He's got it with room to run. That gain is good enough for a first down. Ball spotted at the 42. And the motion by the back now forces the defense to adjust. Swarmed by the pass rush, a sack.
Well, the screen just never seemed to have a chance there, and the quarterback ultimately pays a hefty price. This might be one you may want to practice more during the week before you want to pull it out during a game.
We'll see if they can overcome the sack. 2nd and very long. Dropping back, it's Sayin. Quick throw to his receiver. Catch made in space. Look out. And he's brought down, but there is a penalty marker out there. Let's check out this call. Quarterback hammered after the throw. That's an obvious 15-yard penalty. Back now goes in motion. Defense will have to adjust. Here comes a first down pass attempt. Caught over the middle. It's Smith. Tackle is made. That's a short gain, well short of the marker. Grab down the middle. It's McMillan. And he'll be smothered right at the line for no gain. And here comes the noise. This crowd is trying to inspire this defense to make a big red zone stop. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. The pass is intercepted. He's brought down quickly, but that takeaway is a huge play for this defense.
Well, that's now 2 interceptions for this quarterback, and we're only in the first half. This is the exact start this defense was hoping for to create a ton of momentum.
Here comes the USC offense back on the field. They're looking to build on the lead. They had to punt the football in their last possession. They'll hand it off. They don't pick up much. They do avoid the safety, but no breathing room. Okay, 2nd and 10 from their own 1. This is an important play. They want to avoid a 3rd and long at this spot on the field. It'll end up being a safety.
Man, that is a big-time play with this defense. Not only do they get a couple points, they get the football back as well. That should give these guys a spark and some momentum.
So following the safety, it's a free kick. They'll boot it away from the 20. Look out, room to run here. They'll run this play from the pistol formation. The offense with some pre-snap eye candy. Looking to pass. It's Sayin. Makes the throw across the middle of the field.
I mean, I get trying to get the football to this receiver. He's one of the most talented guys in the country. But with 2 guys bracketing him, I don't know why you would make that throw. Should have been intercepted.
2nd down, we're going to throw it. And this pass is caught. Tackle is made, but that's good for a 1st down to the 47. A new set of downs after that completion. And we're going to throw now on 1st down. Looks toward the sideline, finds the running back. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain. This offense trying to get going has put together a positive drive here in the 2nd quarter. Pre-snap motion from the offense. They flip it to him on the jet sweep. They've got him after a 7-yard gain, so 2nd and 3. Big pass. Here comes a jet sweep. And you'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. It's the 2-minute timeout of what's been a really competitive game so far. Chance for the offense to take the lead before the break. They're going to throw for it on 3rd and short. Oh, they trap him for a sack. And now the defense decides to spend a timeout to regroup a bit. The Buckeyes will come to the line, looking to keep the drive going on 4th down. Play fake, looking to throw. Quick throw to the left side. He's got it near the end zone. Tackle made at the 1-yard line, but it'll be 1st and goal.
Well, it's always a gamble to go for it on 4th down when you're already in field goal range, but it looks like they won't rehash this decision when it's all said and done. That's a 1st down.
1st and goal, an opportunity to take the lead before halftime. Receiver in motion now. On the ground, trying to power toward the goal line. And he goes nowhere. Stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, it is tough to run the football inside this 5-yard line. Give all the credit to that defensive line, eating up those linemen, allowing the rest of the defense to fly to the football for that short loss.
Send the back in motion. Scanning the field. It's Sayin. Looking to the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Buckeyes. So what happened there? The defense just lost track of the tight end down the goal line.
I don't know. I don't know if they were just so focused on defending the goal line, they just completely forgot about the tight end. That'll be probably the easiest touchdown throw and catch of the game we see all day.
So they'll try to add to the lead now with the PAT. Extra point makes it a 2-point lead. You got momentum after scoring that touchdown. Now the kickoff team out there to kick it away. And it's fielded. Can the returner make something happen here? And he stopped at the 19. Good job by the coverage team. So the first play of the drive here coming up. Less than 2 minutes left on the clock. Looking to throw it on 1st down. That's a fly to the wideout. The pass is incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, and here comes a late flag. Pass interference. Defender flag for being a little too aggressive. 15-yard penalty benefiting the offense. First play of the drive, looking to throw the football. Fires it to the wide out. And it's intercepted. He stepped in front of that bullet. Breaks into the open. And he steps out of bounds after the great pick. Solid return to set up his offense.
Well, for defensive backs, man, they salivate for opportunities like this. Some may only get 1 or 2 a year, and he was not going to squander this chance.
What's the call here? The drive begins with excellent field position. Dropping back, it's Sayin. Pass rush closing in. He cannot escape. It's a sack.
Good pressure here by this defense, but it felt like the quarterback held on to the ball a little bit too long to come up with that sack for the D.
Pass protection a serious issue. Another sack makes it 2nd and long. Quarterback drops back, probing the secondary. He bought some time, now lets it go.
Well, it's a game of matchups. Always has been and it always will be, especially on the perimeter. And the quarterback believes his guy is better than their guy.
Looking to pick up the first down through the air. And a timeout is called. Important stage late here in the second quarter. So they're short on 4th down, and the coach decides to trot out the field goal team. This will be a 39-yard attempt. And it's good right down the middle.
Oh, Chris, it's a nice kick here to polish off that drive with at least 3 points up on the board.
So they settled for 3, and now the kickoff. We'll see if the opposing offense has enough time to answer before halftime. So no return here. He takes a knee in the end zone, and they'll begin the drive at the 25. So they'll start this drive here with less than a minute remaining on the first half clock. First down, looking to throw the ball. Caught in the backfield. It's Jordan. Defense drops him for a loss. Tougher 2nd down on the way. Looking for a receiver. Running out of time in the pocket. Just flings it out of bounds with the pass rush closing in. They're backed up here trying to make something happen on 3rd and long. Back to throw. It's Hoover. Looking for a man deep down the middle. And it's picked off. That was a risky pass attempt, and he paid the price. They bring him down, but a chance to turn that into points just before halftime.
Boy, we're just here in this first half, and this defense is all over it. That's their 2nd interception. Good job of pressuring the quarterback, making him uncomfortable, and forcing the ball into coverage.
So here comes the first play of the drive. Can they do something in the final 30 seconds of the half? On 1st and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. Oh, the pass rush gets home. So the offense calls a timeout here. That's their first of the half. So the offense looking to be efficient here. Not much time remaining before the end of the half. They'll look to throw it here on 2nd down. Makes the grab. It's Singleton. So a timeout is called to talk strategy. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays before halftime. So the offense getting set. This is not where you want to be against this defense. 3rd and long. Dropping back. We're going to throw for the first down. Gets rid of it on the move. Grab near the sticks. It's Singleton. The offense will quickly spend a timeout here after the play. So with only a few seconds left in the half, the field goal unit comes out of the field. So just before halftime here, out comes the field goal unit. And it sails right through the middle of the uprights. Solid kick. And that will do it for the first half here. Kevin Connors now has our halftime update.
Chris, a Big Ten championship game that's already had its share of stirring moments. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today. And with that, let's send it back to Chris and Kirk and the exciting conclusion of the Big Ten Championship.
Fields it inside the 5-yard line. And he stopped at the 20, tried to make something happen, but that's good coverage there. And the Trojans' offense is back out on the field. The ground game ineffective in the first half. Let's see if they stay patient or look to open up with a pass game. And the senior able to make the stop after a short gain. And the Trojans will hustle to the line to run the hurry-up offense. The pocket breaking down. Grab behind the line. It's Jordan. Good job of the defense to fight through the blocks on that screen. He's short of the first down marker. Looks like a man is down on the field after the last play, so we'll take a timeout. High completion sets up an important third down play. Looking downfield, it's Hoover. And here comes a deep shot. It's dropped. Would have been a big play, but he could not hold on. The Trojans bring their punt team onto the field. Looking to kick it away for the second time. And the return man decides to signal fair catch. Okay, so here comes the offense back on the field again. And the defense smothers him for no gain. Getting set. Here's second down. Quarterback sets up, looking for an open man. Receiver makes the grab. Tackled quickly after the catch. He'll be short of the marker. Quarterback drops back. We're going to test the secondary. And he dumps it off to the tight end. They stop him at the 47, but that's enough for a first down. And the quarterback drops back, looking for an open man. Looks to the left, pass caught. They bring him down, but a solid gain there on first down. Looks to be just inches short of the marker. The catch is made. And they tackle him, but not before he picks up the first. Buckeyes pick up enough yardage to get a fresh set of downs. First down. They're going to throw the football. Caught over the middle. It's McMillan.
Love the timing here between the quarterback and his receiver. Pick up some positive yards, and I continue to be impressed with just the chemistry between these two.
They'll run it here. Running back has the ball. Stopped right there at the line. No gain. Critical moment of this conference championship. Third and short on the 7th play of the drive. Play action fake. Looking to throw. Caught near the sticks. It's McMillan. They convert on third down and move the football to the 25. The Buckeyes with first and 10 here. Back to pass. It's Sayin. He finds his man. And a nice first down game there. They get him down, but very close to the first down marker. Again, thrown out of the RPO, and it's complete. They make the tackle, but it sets the offense up for a first and goal from the 10. First and goal, handoff. Runner finally brought down, but at the 5-yard line, defense getting pushed back here. And this big crowd doing everything possible to inspire this defense down here near the goal line. Looking to score, they'll run it to the left side. Slams right into a wall. They've got him for a loss. Well, Ohio State has the lead here, Kirk. Sitting in pretty good position as we wrap up the third quarter. Let's check out the game stats so far. quarter to go. Let's see if this sets up as a classic finish. An exciting start to the quarter here as the offense facing a 3rd and goal. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Looking for 6. And he makes the catch. Touchdown, Ohio State.
Well, that's a thing of beauty right there. Good job all around. Offensive line gave the quarterback enough time. Quarterback puts it right on the money. And with this receiver running a route like this, makes it pretty simple. All you had to do was get his head turned around, catch that football. He's already in the end zone for the touchdown.
So they'll try to add to the lead now with the PAT. An extra point makes the lead 15 here in the final quarter. So after putting up the touchdown, the kickoff team is out there to boot it away. Returner decides to field it. And he stopped at the 19. Good job by the coverage team. And the USC offense is back out on the field. Last time was a quick 3-and-out. Can they get a drive going this time? They tackle him behind the line, a loss of 4.
Chris, has just really been the story of the game. This defense has completely eliminated this offense's ability to run the football, made them one-dimensional, and that's why they haven't been able to put many points on the board.
Looking downfield, it's Hoover. It's a screen pass complete to the running back. And they bring him down. Blocker has not much help on the screen there. He's short of the 1st down. Well, it's been tough so far to get this drive going. Now they face 3rd and 10 from inside their own 20. What's the call going to be? They make the tackle there, but a penalty marker is on the field. Let's see what that's about. That's the last thing you want to do as a defense, trying to hold the lead late in the game. Undisciplined penalty. Off the play fake on 1st down. With the catch, it's Miller. And he shoved out of bounds with the defense short of the 1st down marker. That completion sets up a 2nd down play. Play fake, looking to throw. Pressure is coming. Oh, down he goes. It's a sack.
Well, you got to do a better job with your fake as the quarterback. The defense did not bite at all on the play action, allowing them to continue to come after the quarterback and come up with that sack.
Here they come on 3rd and long, trying to overcome that sack they gave up earlier. Drops back, needing a 3rd down completion here. It's complete on the crossing route. Now play enough for a 1st down. The offense set up at the 43. It's a bootleg here. Swarm for the pass rush, a sack.
And just like that, you squeeze the life out of this offense. That's another sack by this defense. They have been in that backfield the entire game, and a big reason why these guys are enjoying a lead.
The offense will try to recover now. It's 2nd and 12. To throw, it's Hoover. Quick catch over the middle. They get him down quickly, not much of a gain on that completion. And the Trojans come up to the line in a hurry-up. Drops back, looking to throw for it on 3rd down. Taking a shot deep toward the end zone. Oh, and it's batted down by the defense. Great play to deny a touchdown. Down late, they'll keep the offense on the field, trying to chip away at this lead. Lets it go quickly. Finds a man open on the right side downfield. Catch made quickly, but a solid gain. Moves the ball to the 25.
Hey, it's a nice gain here, and they get the 1st down to stop the clock. But late in the game, trailing by a couple scores, these receivers have got to be thinking about getting out of bounds as often as they can to preserve that clock.
Oh, they trap him for a sack. We'll see if the offense can overcome that sack. 2nd and long.
Well, that takes the wind right out of your sails. This offense is trying to find a way to get back into this game, and another pressure and a sack against their quarterback.
And they bring him down quickly, but that's a solid gain on the short throw. Perfect 2 for 2 on third downs this drive, but they'll need 10 yards here. He's running out of time here. He cannot escape. It's a sack. The offense stays on the field, down multiple possessions. Easy choice. Fourth down. He's throwing for it. Looking downfield near the end zone. Intercepted in the end zone. Brought down after a short return, but the pick sets up his offense.
Just when it looked like they might make this a one-score game, the quarterback gives it back to the defense. The climb just got steeper, and they're running out of time here in the fourth quarter.
Here comes the Buckeye offense onto the field. Motion by the back. Defense better adjust. And this one goes nowhere. Lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. And now a timeout taken by the defense, trying to preserve as much clock as possible for their offense. Offense moving receivers around now before the snap. Grinding away on the ground. Nowhere to run. They'll corral him for no gain. And now it's the defense that calls timeout here, trying to get organized and preserve as much clock as possible. Fakes the handoff here, looking to throw it. That's reeled in. It's McMillan. Good enough for the first down to the 37. And now a timeout taken by the defense, trying to preserve as much clock as possible for their offense. Tight end goes in motion before the snap. QB decides to keep it here. That's a nice tackle there by the senior. Second down play coming up. It's the 2-minute timeout as the offense continues to try to work the clock and secure an impressive victory here today. Moving the receiver around pre-snap. Thrown quickly, caught in the right flat. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. The Buckeyes come to the line to start a fresh set of downs. It's the coach's favorite formation, victory formation. Quarterback just takes a knee. It's always a special year when after all the work you put in, you can call yourselves champions of the Big Ten. And now with the playoff spot locked up, the spotlight gets even brighter. We're going to find out where they're going to be playing as they continue to pursue a national championship. And that's going to wrap it up. For Kirk Street, I'm Chris Fowler. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football. The college football playoff is here. The long regular season has all been building to this. And now, first-round games and home field settings. This place is going to be rocked. The kickoff team is out there, and here we go. The college football playoff about to get underway. He's going to bring it out of the end zone from a couple yards deep. Makes it to the 16. That's good coverage there. So Ohio State's offense is up first today. This is going to be a tremendous showdown. Strength versus strength. This quarterback's having a monster year, but this is a high-powered defense, the best he's seen. Can't wait to see what happens, Kurt.
Yeah, Chris, this is going to be what you really hope to see is this quarterback who can do it all. Can he deal with the intense pressure that this defense is going to put on him? Talking to the defensive coordinator this week, they feel that they can really rattle the quarterback by putting a lot of pressure on him, giving him a lot of different looks. Let's see how it plays out.
Listen to the crowd energy here in the early going. This is a tough environment for visitors. Using his legs, it's Rodgers. And the senior able to make the stop after a short gain. Important moment early in this playoff game. Opening drive, they face third down. Try and muscle for the first down. Tackle, but only after picking up a fresh set of downs. Buckeyes lining up here on 1st and 10. And the ball is handed off out of the shotgun. Tough running there, but not quite enough for a first down. Second down after that run on the previous play. Fighting off the defender. Defense shoves him out of bounds. Not much of a gain there. Big moment in the opening drive. They face third down. Back to throw. It's Sayin. Quick completion to the tight end. Tackle's made, but not before he makes the 43-yard line. This drive is going now. The Buckeyes are moving quickly down the field. He keeps it on a design run. Picks up 2, so it's 2nd and 8. Offense lines up. This is the 7th play now in this drive. And someone on the line there moved a bit early. Offense gets a 5-yard penalty.
False start on offense.
Pretty easy call for the head coach. He will accept that penalty, of course. Offense getting set up. Here's second down. Play action fake, looking to throw. Grab behind the line. It's Rodgers. And we're able to get him down. 3rd and short here in this playoff game. The 8th play of the drive. They'll try to move the chains here on the ground. Tackle made after a solid run by the junior. It's a strong run. Keeps the drive going. First down now. The defense all over it. They stop him right at the line. The first real speed bump of this impressive drive. Offense comes up now 2nd and 11. Quarterback wants to throw it on 2nd down. Caught on the outside. It's Singleton. And he heads out of bounds, moving backwards on that play. Didn't want to take the hit. And the head coach will decide to accept the penalty and take the yardage. Takes off in a bootleg. Oh, what a grab! Touchdown, Buckeyes, as they claim the lead here in this playoff game. This offense comes out, immediately gets points on the board. Welcome to the playoff.
Man, that's coming out on the field with a purpose. Look, it's playoff time. Everything you prepared for is earned here and now. And that opening drive was the fruits of that preparation.
So they'll try to add to the lead now with the PAT. And the PAT makes it 7-0 to open scoring. Kickoff team out there, they are fired up after just scoring a touchdown. Return starts from inside the 5. Stop at the 22. That's pretty solid coverage there. So Penn State's offense takes the field. The first chance we had to see them today. Kirk, let's check the impact players in this game. Guys who have been leaders, guys who are being counted on to deliver today.
Well, these are the guys that both these teams rely on, as you said, to be able to make the plays. And more importantly, when it gets into that point in the game where you need to be able to have some leadership, these are the men that are going to have to step up and be able to provide that for each team.
Offense moving into a bunch formation. Shotgun formation. Here's an inside handoff. That's a solid gain. Moves the ball to the 29. Looking to convert on third down. They come to the line in the Wildcat formation. Direct snap. Breaks into open space. Now, when he's getting boxed in, the defense not at all fooled by the Wildcat look. And the Nittany Lions will line up to boot it away. This will be the first punt tonight for this offense. And they down this one just shy of the 40-yard line. And now the first play of this drive, they'll begin at the 36. To the air, it's Sayin. Makes the catch. It's Smith. Zero running room. Stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Offense getting set. Second down play here. Well, Kirk, Ohio State has the lead here after one. We've reached the end of one in this quest to move one step closer to a national championship. Let's check out the stats so far. Through one period, these teams are finding out that playoff games just feel different. Who can handle the nerves better as we head to the second? Quarterback looking to pass here on second down. Oh, the pass rush gets home.
Chris, what a play here by this linebacker to come up with this sack. I love the call to be able to blitz him here, to be able to put pressure on the quarterback. And over the years, my gosh, I don't know if there's another school in the country that's had as many linebackers with a playmaking ability as Penn State. Micah Parsons most recently, but going back to LeVar Arrington and Sean Lee and Paul Posluszny, I mean, the list goes on and on and on.
So here comes third and long. Giving up that sack has made this a real challenge for the offense. Off play action, he's looking to throw. Tight end makes the grab. Oh, and he didn't get there. The defense makes a stop against this excellent third down offense. The Buckeyes will have to kick it away. Offense goes backwards on this drive. He's on to punt it away now. He's got some daylight, turning on the speed. They finally get him down, but that's a solid return. Good work by the return man. And the Penn State offense comes back on the field. This group is coming off a quick 3 and out. Can they put something together in this drive? Breaks loose at the 45. Tackle finally made at the 37. It'll be first and 10 from there. Fresh set of downs for the offense. First down. And they're moving the receiver now before the snap. The quarterback's got it on the option. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. Offense now behind the 6 on second down. They need 12 after that first down loss. Looking to pass here on second down. Using his legs on the scramble. Slides down to avoid the tackle. offense been in reverse here. Now a long way to go to convert this third down. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Grab near the sticks. It's strong. They bring him down, but not before gaining first down yardage to the 22. The Nittany Lions looking to keep this drive moving. And they'll run it out of the shotgun. And he will be stuffed for no gain. What's the play call here on second down for this offense? Quarterback drops back from the shotgun. From the pocket, delivers over the middle. Brought down, but the completion moves the ball inside the 10-yard line. Defense getting pushed back. The Nittany Lions looking to cap the drive here. It's first and goal. And it looks like the quarterback's going to run it. The sophomore with a strong tackle there. It's a second and goal play for the offense. The tight end goes in motion before the snap. They'll try to power it in right up the middle. Couldn't quite get there, but brought down at the 1-yard line. And it's a wildcat look here as they try to convert on third down. On the option. And they're trying to punch it in here. And they'll be smothered right at the line for no gain. And now the defense will call a timeout here to make an adjustment on their side before this crucial play. The decision is not to go for it on fourth down. Here comes the field goal team. And that one's straight down the middle.
Chris, they get the 3 points, but looking back at it, 4th and inches. Pretty conservative call there. I really thought they would have gone for it.
So after the field goal, the kicker out there again to boot it away. And here's the return from inside the 5. Throws out the stiff arm. Not much on the return. They'll stop him at the 24. Good coverage. So here we go. First play of the drive. Under 2 minutes before halftime. Back to pass. It's Sayin. Bringing pressure. Stays on his feet. And it's incomplete as he just overthrew his receiver that time. Incomplete. So it's second down and 10. Here's the snap. Quarterback drops back. He's hit right as he throws it. Incomplete. Not going to be easy here. Backed up a long way to go for a first down. Out of the shotgun, he'll hand it off. He gets loose. First out and more. He's still running. They make the tackle, but that's a great pickup on the ground. Buckeyes getting set on first and 10. And he'll set up to throw. Defense is coming after him. Oh, down he goes. It's a sack.
It's a nice. After giving up a huge gain, they're able to turn things around, recalibrate, and get after that quarterback for that sack.
He'll throw it now. Nice grab. It's McMillan. And they bring him down. That's a very solid gain, but still well short of the marker. So the ball placed right at the 50. Offense looking to pick up the first down here. Swarm with a pass rush. A sack. The timeout is called to talk strategy. Close game here as we approach halftime. The Buckeyes will have to punt this one away. And he'll kick it away now for the second time. And the coverage team able to bring the returner to the ground. So about 30 seconds to go in the first half. They'll come up on first and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Caught behind the line. It's Martin. And the defense swarms, not much of a gain on that completion. Looks like the final play of the half coming up. Quarterback looking to throw it on second down. The pass rush closing in. Defense makes the recovery a turnover. Meadows going to wrap up the first half here. Let's kick it down to Kevin Connors with our halftime update.
Thanks, Chris. Exciting, action-packed, enormous drama. Talk about a first half of football. And a lot of coaches will say limiting the big plays and maybe hitting on a few yourself is key. But I'm more of a move the chains guy. Give me efficiency every day of the week and twice on Saturday. The offensive unit that subscribes to the less is more philosophy might be the one that leaves here today with a big fat W. Either way, it's time to find out. Back to the best in the biz for the start of this third quarter.
The Buckeyes will kick this away to start the second half. He's going to bring this out a few yards deep in the end zone. And it'll be tackled right at the 20. That's a good job by the coverage team. And the Nittany Lions offense retakes the field. The running game's really been held in check so far. Let's see if they can get it going or if they choose to pass and try to cut into this lead. But they don't make the connection. That one is incomplete. 2nd and 10 after the incompletion. Let's see what they can create here now to avoid a 3rd and long. 2nd down, we're going to throw it. And they hit him just as he releases the ball. It's incomplete. Well, it's been tough so far to get this drive going. Now they face 3rd and 10 from inside their own 20. What's the call going to be? Dropping back, looking to throw for the 1st down. Short pass finds the tight end. The completion picks up about 8 yards, but sets up a 4th down play now. And the Nittany Lions will line up to punt it away. Looking to kick it away for the 2nd time. And the returner is tackled by this punt coverage team. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense back on the field. Offense will keep it on the ground here.
Nice solid run here by this pack. Did a nice job of just kind of finding that lane, pick up some positive yards there on 1st and 10.
They'll run it here. And the Soft were able to bring him down quickly. Okay, it's 3rd down after that run. Off the play fake, looking to throw the football. Oh, he dropped it! Can you believe it? A huge gain slips through his hands. Buckeyes will come to the line here, looking to keep the drive going on 4th down. And he's throwing for it on 4th down. Fires it to the wideout. And that one's picked off. What a play. Not much on the return, but the pick will set up the offense at the 35. Looks like a player is down injured at that last play. They'll take a timeout while they check it out. And the Penn State offense is back out on the field. This one has been a defensive stalemate. Let's see if the offense can get something going here. They start the drive with a quick throw to the left side. They make the tackle, but not before a solid gain on that pass. On the ground, it's Martin. They tackle him. Looks like it's going to be just short of the marker, inches away. 3rd down coming up after that running play. Hebe keeps it himself.
Good call here by the offensive coordinator to go with quarterback sneak here on 3rd and inches, and he's going to get the 1st down. It's a great time to catch the defense off guard. Get up to the line of scrimmage quickly, get the lineman down, quarterback under the center, quick snap, and get the yardage you need for the 1st down.
And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. 2nd down play coming up for this offense. Pre-snap motion from the receiver. Now they'll switch it up, looking to throw the ball here. Hit as he releases it, and the pass ball is incomplete. They come to the line, a long way to go for the 1st down, but needing this crucial conversion right now. And he'll drop back here on 3rd down. Caught in the backfield. It's Martin. And he runs out of bounds. That's a big gainer there. We're going to go with the Wildcat formation, an extra blocker. Let's see what they have in mind here. And it's a direct snap. He finds some space. He'll try to run inside, but nowhere to go. 7th play of the drive coming up. They look to throw it here on 2nd down. Grab down the middle. It's Johnson. He's brought down, but an explosive play for this passing game. Timeout called by the defense, their 1st of the half, as they try to make some adjustments here. Still looking for that elusive touchdown, but finally this offense is moving. First down and 10. That's the wide receiver coming in motion now. A pop pass on the jet sweep. Brought down for a loss after the completion. Not what they were looking for. Been a really productive drive, but the loss there now makes it 2nd and 12. Caught over the middle. It's Johnson. They bring him down after a short gain there. Crucial. Third down coming up in the red zone. Can they keep the drive going, or will they have to settle for 3? Grab behind the line. It's Martin. They bring him down short of the end zone, but this will set up a 1st and goal. The Nittany Lions will line up now. It's 1st and goal. And the wideout goes in motion. They flip it to him on the jet sweep. Stout defense there. It's a 3-yard loss on that run. Ball moved back to the 4 for 2nd and goal. Trying to find the end zone off the right side. Stop for no gain. Defense very stubborn here down near the goal line. After a long drive, it's a crucial 4-point play. Can they score a touchdown or have to settle for 3? They pressure him and sack him. He'll be tackled inside the 10.
Boy, how about this defense? What a job there on 3rd down. Backed up close to their own goal line, come up with a huge sack on 3rd down, and force a field goal.
And they will trot out the field goal team here. He was on target with his first kick. This one is from just 26 yards out. The kick is good. He knocked it right down the middle.
Well, they almost put a touchdown on the board, but instead they come away with 3 points.
Following the field goal, the kickoff team is out there now. And he's going to bring this out from a couple yards deep in the end zone. He'll be tackled at the 18. That's good coverage there. Offense out there for the first play of this drive from the 18. To throw, it's Sayin. Running out of time in the pocket. Caught by the back behind the line of scrimmage. The gain good for just a few yards. The defense swarming to the football. Here we go. First play of the quarter. Offense setting up for a 2nd down play. Well, Ohio State has the lead here, Kirk. Sitting in a pretty good spot as you wrap up the 3rd quarter, trying to keep those national championship hopes alive. Let's take a quick look at the game sets while we have a chance. As we head to the 4th, we could be in store for a classic finish. A spot in the next round of the college football playoff is at stake. Tight end goes in motion. One back in the backfield, and he'll get the carry. Nowhere to run up the middle. Crucial 3rd down play coming up. Fakes the handoff, looking to throw. Makes the catch downfield. Gets into space at the 50. They get him down, but that was the kind of explosive chunk play this offense has been looking for.
Well, if I'm this defense, you get these guys to 3rd down, you better bracket or double team some kind of coverage rolled to this receiver to take him away. This guy makes another big play.
The Buckeyes begin a new series here, 1st and 10. And the quarterback dropping back. And it's incomplete. He dropped the 1st down pass over the middle. Offense getting set. It's 2nd down. Increasing out motion from the offense. Looking to throw. It's Sayin. Quick throw to the left. He makes the grab. And a big gain before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs. Off the play fake, looking to throw. He finds the running back in the flat. And he's tackled for a loss after the catch. The defense all over that one. And now the handoff. He breaks free. And a decent gain there before the defense brings him down. And the crowd coming to life here, trying to help this defense down in the red zone. Off the play fake, looking to pass it. Caught near the sideline. It's Smith. Rolling the dice a bit. Up one possession and going for it on 4th down. He's looking to throw. On 4th down, a short toss to the running back. The gain moves the football to the 6-yard line. It'll be 1st down and goal. So it's 1st and goal. The offense will try to milk the clock and add points if they can. Chewing clock with the running game. And he fights into the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State.
Chris, it's a great touchdown run here by this back. But the continuity of this offensive line was on display, and that's the reason he was able to get into the end zone.
So they'll try to add to the lead now with the PAT. The extra point up and good. So the lead now is 8 here in the 4th quarter. We got momentum after scoring that touchdown. Now the kickoff team out there to kick it away. He's going to return it from near the goal line. And he stopped at the 19. Good job by the coverage team. And the Penn State offense comes back on the field. Last time out, they moved the ball well, but had to settle for a chip shot field goal. And he's tackled behind the line, but there's a flag down.
Offside. Defense.
What I always love to see on these offsides call is when they're always pointing at each other. You know, he did it. I didn't do it. Put it on him. We know this time it's on the defense. They're going to make the right call.
That's a nice wrap up there by the junior. 2nd down after that previous play. Shotgun formation. Here's an inside give. Breaking free at the 35. And they'll move the 6 on that one. It's a 1st down to the 42. A running play gives the offense a fresh set of downs. Here's some pre-snap movement in the backfield. They're going to run the option. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there. Running play goes backwards. Now the offense is set up at 2nd and 13. Ball handed off. And the defense smothers him for no gain. Now from the 40, the offense faces a 3rd and long to keep this drive going. Dropping back, looking to throw for the 1st down. Took contact on the throw. Pass is incomplete. The defense affecting the quarterback with pressure there. So here we go. Down 1 score. They're going to go for it on 4th down. They need to convert. He'll drop back. Makes the catch, and that is enough for a 1st down. And a timeout is called. We'll talk some strategy in this very important drive. Comes down to this in this playoff game. 4th quarter, final 2 minutes. Can the offense step up, make a play? Little eye candy here from the offense. Some pre-snap motion. Ball handed off. They test the middle of the defense, but get nothing. The playoff game comes down to this. Tight game. Final minutes. Can the offense produce some magic? The short completion of the tight end. The defense grabs him after the completion. He's just short of a 1st down. In the 3rd and short, they'll try to throw for it. Looking for the wideout. He's got a man down the middle. They get him down, but not before an explosive run play on this Wildcat look. It's a 1st down. Direct snap. Stopped right there at the line. No gain. Comes down to this in this playoff game. 4th quarter. Final 2 minutes. Can the offense step up, make a play? Quarterback wants to throw it on 2nd down. Scrambling. Now he'll make the throw. Tried to press the ball deep, but it's incomplete. The playoff game comes down to this. Tight game. Final minutes. Can the offense produce some magic? Deep shot toward the end zone. Touchdown, Penn State. Great catch when they desperately needed it.
Chris, how fitting that this offense finds a way to score a touchdown late in the game. They've been doing it all year long, and a big reason that they're here in the postseason. Now, you always practice the two-point plays, right? Now, you better pick your best one and deliver to tie this game up.
So they get the touchdown, now looking for the two-point conversion to tie this one up late. Here's the snap. Offense looking to throw the ball. The pocket breaking down. And he's sacked on a crucial two-point conversion. The offense still trails by those 2 points.
Ohio State 14, Penn State 12.
Formation would indicate they're going to try the onside kick here. On the hands team all over that to make the recovery. So with the lead secure here, it's time to just take a knee, run out the clock, and plan the victory celebration. And it's a kneel down. Of course, in the playoffs, it's survive and advance. This is a crucial W. Great performance, but now the stage gets even bigger. The challenges will continue going forward.
Yeah, more and more pressure will grow as this team continues to win football games. But you and I have been around this team all year long. So impressed with the emotions and how they're able to contain themselves, stay focused on the task at hand. They did that again today. They advance. Cannot wait to watch and see what they can do next week.
And that's going to wrap it up. The loser starts the offseason. The winner moves on. And so do we. For Kirk Herbstreit, I'm Chris Fowler. And this has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football.